Good morning, everybody. We are here from the SIR rink again in Michigan, coming to you for the semifinal game for the 14U AA Mustangs. We're playing against the SCS Saints from St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Again, this is the semifinal game. It's a little bit hard for us to get started right away since there's no ice cut in between the game before us and then this game. I believe that we'll have an ice cut between the first and the second period, as this tournament does ice cuts every 2 periods. So again, we had a field of 20 teams in our division. And the top 8 teams of the quarterfinals. We had an awesome quarterfinal game last night where we won 3-2 in overtime to put us into the semifinal game. We've been having a great tournament this weekend. So we are in our white jerseys. But we're sitting on the visitor bench because the SCS Saints came out and went onto the home side of the ice when we first got out here. I'm not sure on the scoreboard who's going to be what, so we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. So we have 15-minute periods, a minute 30 penalties. We're a little bit closer to center ice this time. So hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit better view for you. So it looks like Merrill's going to the net on our left. We have Giesman, Wenzel, Moore, Steer, and Brooks out for the Mustangs starting lineup. So 15 minutes up on the clock, getting ready for puck drop. Giesman with the face-off goes back to the Saints. The Saints pass it back to their D. Giesman in there trying to put some pressure. Moore breaks up that play. Moore gets it in towards the zone. Giesman checks that in. Giesman tries to get it towards the center. The Saints check it out to the corner. Moore in there to break up that play. The Saints come away with it through the neutral zone. The Saints dump it down. It goes behind the net. Brooks will pick up this puck. Dumps it behind the net, over to the corner. Moore putting pressure along that puck. The Saints come up with it. The Saints towards the middle, centering pass, couldn't connect. Wenzel hits this puck up, but it stays in. The ice is a little bit soft, it looks like, because the puck is just sitting there. Saints get it towards the middle, up at the point, over to the opposite point. Shot, saved by Merrill. Another shot up over the net. Moore hits this puck up, but the Saints keep it in towards the middle. The Saints are regrouping. Shot saved by Merrill. Steer picks up this puck, hits it hard, but it bounces off of the player. Brooks gets that up towards Wenzel. Wenzel trying to get the puck out. He's been trying to get the puck out as well. Wenzel hits this puck up, but the Saints keep it in. Saints send it out, but it goes into the neutral zone. The Saints will have to regroup. Wenzel putting some pressure along that puck. Saints bring it in towards the middle, broken up by Eichfeld, saved by Merrill. Brooks picks up this puck. Gets it behind the net. Steer will pick it up, hits it along the boards. Eichfeld getting to this puck in the neutral zone and dumps it down. No icing. The goalie will play it around the boards, but it takes a weird bounce right in front of the net. Knob is there to try to get it back in, but the Saints have it in the neutral zone. Baker breaks up that play, gets it to Billadu. Billadu tries to get it in, but it's poke checked by the Saints. The Saints have it in the neutral zone, dump it down. Knob and Williams back on D. Billadu, Baker, and Eichfeld out on offense. The Saints keep it in. Shot deflected. Wide of the net. Williams will pick this up. Sends it behind the net, but the Saints center it. The Saints have it at the point. Dump it down hard behind the net. Williams hits it around the boards. Billadu picks this up. Billadu gets it to Eichfeld in the neutral zone. Eichfeld has a little bit of speed. Baker on the opposite side. Eichfeld to Baker. Baker couldn't quite get to that puck. Baker back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld to the middle towards Billadu. Saved by the goalie. Baker with another shot. Saved by the goalie. So a couple shots there for the Mustangs. The score is 0-0. 12:31 left in the first period. Well, face off to the right of the goalie. We'll have Downey, Lugar, Zoldy, Steer, and Wilson out for the Mustangs. Downey with the face-off. The Saints pick it up. Cross-ice pass. Broken up by Wilson. Wilson sends the puck high up off the glass. The Saints D-to-D pass. Lugar breaks it up momentarily. Zoldy breaks that up, gets it to Downey. The Saints bring it into the offense, or to their offensive zone. The Saints with a shot saved by Merrill. Another shot deflected by the Mustangs. Wilson gets his puck up into the neutral zone. Downey putting pressure, but the Saints redirect it. Wilson breaks up that play. The Saints have this puck poke checked by Sheehan. Lugar sends it up to Sheehan. The Saints dump it back down, and that'll be offsides. So 11:49 left in the first period. This guy's score is still 0-0. We're going to have Sheehan, Conrad, wide line, Knob, and Brooks. So it looks like there was a stick left on the ice there. Wide line with the face-off. Hits it over towards the near boards. Wide line still fighting for that puck. Gets it into our offensive zone. The Saints will pick this up. Hit it over along the far boards. Saints through a neutral zone. Brooks putting some pressure. Shot saved by Merrill. So we'll have face-off to the left of Merrill. We'll have Knob and Brooks on defense, wide line, Sheehan and Conrad on offense. Wide line will take the face-off. Sheehan Brooks fighting for that puck along the boards. Saints get it to the point. Shot deflected. Conrad putting good pressure along that puck. The puck leaks behind the net. Knob will pick this up. Knob sends it up towards Sheehan. Wide line gets that up towards Conrad. Still fighting for that puck. We do get into the neutral zone. Poke check back in. Wide line hitting the puck up, and we do finally get it out into the neutral zone. The Saints D-to-D pass and bring it in. Conrad putting pressure, breaks up that play. Sheehan gets it over towards the side. Wide line tries to get it out, but the Saints keep it in. Saints from the point there. Conrad gets that puck out to the corner. The Saints send it up to the point. Shot deflected off of Knob. Wide line gets that puck up and out, dumps it down. No icing. So we have Moore, Giesman, Wenzel, Williams, and Wilson in for the Mustangs, or Steer in for the Mustangs. Steer will collect this behind the net, sends it around before he gets hit. Moore sends it to Giesman, but the Saints keep it in and dump it down behind the net. Bounces weird. Puck right there in front of the net. Thankfully, gets broken up. Moore and Giesman fighting for that puck. The Saints put it towards the middle. Another shot wide of the net. The Saints will regroup, send it up to the point. Shot blocked by Giesman. Williams hits that puck hard out of the zone and gets it down. No icing, so the Saints will have to pick this up, take it behind the net. Deflected by Giesman and Wenzel. The Saints have it in the neutral zone, but it gets to Moore. The Saints pick it up again, get it towards the middle. Shot wide of the net. Moore will get this along the far boards, hits it up, but the Saints keep it in. Moore again with the puck, gets it out into the neutral zone. The Saints were going to go on a change, but then changed their minds as the puck goes to them. The Saints dump it down behind the net. Wilson will go to collect, hits it around towards Williams. Williams hard up along the boards, bounces weird to Baker. Baker up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld has it of his feet, redirects, drops it for Bilodeau. Bilodeau over towards Baker. Baker in the corner, dumps it back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld along the back wall. Eichfeld brings behind the net, setters to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with the backhanded shot and in! So Eichfeld with a pass from behind the net to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with a backhanded shot and in. So that'll put the Mustangs up on the board. 9:08 left in the first period. So hopefully the Mustangs can keep up that energy. We're going to keep Eichfeld, Baker, Bilodeau out there, Knob, and Brooks out on defense. So So Eichfeld with the face-off. Goes back to the Saints. The Saints D-to-D pass. Saints hit this puck up and into the zone. Brooks trying to get to that puck. The Saints come away with it wide of the net. The Saints center it again off the post. Baker picks up the puck. Baker has a little bit of speed. Baker going into neutral zone, passes over towards Eichfeld, gets quick checked by the Saints. The Saints send it down, but Baker is there to hit it off the boards and into the zone. Downey coming in hard to get to this puck. The Saints send it behind the net. Downey looking to center, gets around that one player. Downey with a shot saved by the goalie. Baker tries to get that rebound in. The Saints do get it back into the neutral zone. Wilson sends it up towards Zoldi. Zoldi into the zone to Baker. Baker tries to get through, goes to Zoldi. Zoldi trying to get it centered before he gets hit into the boards. Steer will pick up this puck, takes it towards the middle, sends it down towards Downey, but it goes off of the Saints skates, goes back. Wilson picks this up. Wilson gets it over towards Zoldi. The Saints have this in the neutral zone. The Saints bring it in. The Mustangs do a great job getting that puck broken up. And we're going to get a penalty. So Downey will be going to the box for a minute 30 for tripping. So that'll put the Mustangs on a penalty kill for a minute 30. We have 7:57 left in the first period. The Mustangs are winning 1-0. We're going to have Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Steer, and I think that's Wilson. So the Saints send over to the point. Shot saved by Merrill. Rebound staying there. Another save by Merrill. Gets out to Bilodeau. Bilodeau jumps this up and into the neutral zone. The Saints pick this up. Send it along the boards. Eichfeld's there to try to break up the play. Still fighting for that puck. Goes towards Williams. Williams sends it up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau looking for a shot off of the goalie. The Saints have this. Eichfeld putting pressure along the puck. The Saints bring it along the near wall into the defensive zone. Shot deflected high over the net. Williams will hit that puck up, goes near the net. Redirect shot, saved by Merrill. So the Saints are looking to regroup over to the point. Shot deflected. Williams hits that puck hard out of the zone. It's on net, so the goalie has to play it. We still have 26 seconds left in our penalty kill. So the Saints have it into the zone, pass it over towards the point, drop it. Conrad putting pressure along that puck. Nice put check by Knob to break up that play. The Saints keep that puck in. Wide line fighting to get to that puck. Conrad and assistance. We do get it out into the neutral zone, so the Saints will have to regroup. The Saints bring it in. Good poke check by Steer. Conrad sends that puck hard out of the zone. We are back to full strength. Sheehan coming in, trying to get to that puck. The Saints send it up towards the blue line and to the near boards before they dump it down. The puck goes behind the net. Steer trying to get to that puck. Moore hits that puck around behind the net. Puck goes back to Steer behind the net. The puck is still going back and forth behind the net. Wenzel over along the boards. Wenzel and Steer fighting for that puck. The Saints come away with it, send it to the point. Opposite point. Shot. Glove save by Merrill. So nice glove save there from Merrill from the shot from the point. We have 5:44 left in the first period. The Mustangs are still ahead 1-0. We're going to have Giesman, Moore, Wenzel, Wilson, and Brooks out for the Mustangs on the faceoff to Merrill's right. So Giesman with the faceoff goes back to Brooks. Brooks hits it up off the boards. The Saints do bounce it in, kind of sits on the blue line. Shot saved by Merrill out to the corner. Brooks picks this puck up, but it hits off of the netting. Oh, they're not going to call it? Okay, so hit off the net, but they're not going to call it. So the Saints pick up this puck, try to get it centered, but it's broken up by Wenzel. They do get into the neutral zone. Wilson back on D. Brooks poke checks this to the corner. Brooks hits it behind the net. Wenzel trying to get to this puck. Centering pass broken up by Brooks. Brooks still trying to get to that puck, gets it out to the corner. The Saints send it up to the point. Giesman breaks up that puck, gets it out into the neutral zone. A wobbling puck. The Saints do go down as they try to get to this. The Saints will regroup and send it up. Williams sends it back towards Lugar, and that'll be icing. So 4:45 left in the first period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Mustangs. We're going to have Downey, Lugar, Zoldi, Williams, and Steer out there for the Mustangs. So Downey with a face-off. The Saints come away with it in the middle. Shot saved by Merrill. Steer behind the net. Williams will pick this up, hits it hard around the boards. Zoldi is there to get it into the neutral zone. The goalie will come out and play this puck high, bouncing puck. Steer will collect it, bounces it up, goes off of the feet of the skates. Downey is there. Zoldi will pick this up. Zoldi in the middle, tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Saints. And they're going to get an elbowing call. So the Saints will be going to the box for 1:30 for elbowing. So we'll be on a power play. We have 4:17 left in the first period. We're going to have Eichfeld, Bildu, Lugar, Steer, and Downey for our power play line. Face off to the right of the goalie. So Eichfeld with the face-off goes back to Steer. Steer over towards Downey. Downey poke checks it back in momentarily. Downey looking, gets it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld surveying. Eichfeld with a shot saved by the goalie and covered. So 4:05 left in the first period. 1:18 left on our power play. We're going to have face-off to the left of the goalie. Keep that same crew out there. Eichfeld with a face-off, goes back to Downey. Downey in the middle, trying to fight to get to that puck. Downey regrouping, sends it to Biladu. The Saints do hit this up off the boards and out into our defensive zone. Downey will pick this up. Downey has some speed, getting through the neutral zone. Downey brings it in. Gets broken up by the Saints. Lugar trying to keep that in, bounces out. Steer will have to regroup, wait for the Mustangs to get back on sides. Gets it to Downey. Downey to Eichfeld. Eichfeld into the corner. We still have 43 seconds left on our power play. Bildu and Eichfeld fighting for that puck. Eichfeld comes away with it. Eichfeld to Downey in the middle. Downey with a shot, saved by the goalie. Good shot, good save by the goalie. So 3:20 left in the first period. Mustangs are still ahead 1-0. 33 seconds left on our power play. We're going to have Giesman, Moore, Brooks, Knob, and Williams out for our face-off to the right of the goalie. So Giesman with the face-off. The Saints hit it up along the board. Gets broken up by Giesman. Giesman back to Knob at the point. Knob down to Giesman. Giesman at the top of the circle. Shot saved. Williams there, centering shot. The net is off. So 3:04 left in the first period. 17 seconds left on our power play. We're going to do the face-off to the left of the goalie. Giesman. The face-off goes back to the Saints. The Saints hit it around the board. Knob tries to keep that in, but it bounces out. Brooks will go back to collect. Brooks taking it behind the net, hitting it hard up along the boards. Giesman will pick this up into the neutral zone, passes it over to Williams in the center. Williams with a shot saved by the goalie, trying to get to that rebound, but it leaks out into the neutral zone. Knob gets it up towards Giesman. Giesman brings it into the zone, passes it over towards the middle, but the Saints are there. The Saints get it into the neutral zone. Brooks is there to hit it off of the boards. The puck leaks into the middle. The Saints will dump it down towards the corner. Moore and wide line in pursuit of this puck. Moore and wide line still fighting for that puck along the boards. So the puck leaks behind the net. Centering pass gets broken up by Williams. Williams hits his puck hard out into the neutral zone. The Saints will have to go back and regroup. Sheehan coming out strong. Nice job by Sheehan to poke check that in there. Wideline keeps it in the zone. Wideline still fighting for that puck. The Saints set up Sheehan along the boards. The puck does leak out into the neutral zone. Wideline and Wilson breaking up that play. Steer will pick this up, gets it out into the neutral zone. The Saints will have to regroup, get back on sides. Poke check by Conrad and Sheehan. Wideline in there as well. Shot over the net. Sheehan putting pressure along that puck. Sheehan comes up with it momentarily. Wideline hits it out into the neutral zone. The Saints bring it in towards the middle. Wilson gets this puck out towards the far wall, sends it up to Conrad in the middle. Conrad dumps it down. The Saints have it, send it behind the net, bounces off the net. Where the puck is still there. Conrad trying to get to that puck. The Saints send this up and do get it out. Knob back on D along with Brooks. Poke checked off their skate. Conrad gets it up towards Baker. Oh, unfortunately that puck got stuck there along the ice. Eichfeld comes in. Brooks will pick this up through the neutral zone. Brooks shot wide of the net. Bildu will pick it up over on the far wall before he gets hit. Baker trying to get to that puck before he gets hit into the boards. So we have 51.4 seconds left in the first period. The Mustangs are still ahead 1-0. So it looks like the Saints are going to go to the box for 1:30 for roughing. So we're going to be on a power play again for 1:30, 51.4 seconds left in the first period. We're going to have Eichfeld, Wenzel, Bildu, Downey, and Steer on our power play line to the right of the goalie. Eichfeld with the face-off goes towards Bildu. The Saints get this puck out into the neutral zone. Downey will go back to collect. Downey will take it behind the net, changes directions. Downey still fighting for this puck, comes away with it. Downey regroups, passes it over towards Bildu. Bildu poke checks it up towards Eichfeld. The Saints redirect it. Bildu will pick this puck up, gets it, tries to get it over to Wenzel, but it gets picked off. Steer will go back, hits it up towards Wenzel at the blue line. Eichfeld will pick this up. The Saints gain control, but Eichfeld poke checks that back. Downey will pick it up at the blue line. Downey regrouping, sends it over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a slap shot, saved by the goalie. Steer over along the boards. The puck leaks up and out. They do have a streaking player, and that'll be the end of the first period. So at the end of the first period, the Mustangs are ahead 1-0. We have 39 seconds left on our power play, and we're going to be leaving for an ice cut. So again, thank you everybody for watching. This is the semifinal game for the 14U AA Mustangs against the SCS Saints. So this is a must-win or go-home semifinal game. Thank you everybody for watching. We're going to put you on mute while they do the ice cut. Welcome back, everybody. We're done with the ice cut. Getting a little bit of warm up before we start the second period. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Again, this is the 14U AA Mustangs semifinal game against the St. Clair Shores Saints from St. Clair Shores, Michigan. So, starting the second period, the Mustangs are ahead 1-0. We still have 39 seconds left on our power play. So the Mustangs are getting warmed up, getting stretched out. So it's definitely been an interesting tournament, having the ice cuts every 2 periods. Last night the ice was very wet after the ice cut, so the puck was sticking, but it looks like the ice has dried up relatively nicely, so hopefully that means that the puck won't be sticking too much. The ice was getting pretty choppy there towards the end of the first period, so it was nice to have that ice cut. So the 16U Mustangs are in their semifinal game right now as well. So hopefully they're doing well. So Merrill's going to the net on our right. We're going to have Eichfeld, Billadu, Lugar, Downey, and Steer. Again, we still have 39 seconds left on our power play. Mustangs are winning 1-0. Just getting ready to start the second period. Up, ready to go. So Eichfeld with the face-off goes into the offensive zone. Eichfeld skating to get to that poke checks that keeps it in. Billadu will pick this up. Billadu tries to get a shot off, deflected. Downey there, but the puck does leak out. Steer will go back to collect. Steer picks up the puck, sends it hard over to Eichfeld. The Saints pick this up, hit it off of the boards. Downey picks it up, sends it over to Steer. Steer sends it up and into the neutral zone. The Saints get that puck back in. Steer will regroup, sends it up to Downey along the boards. Downey through the neutral zone. Downey with a shot deflected high over the net. Lugar trying to get to that puck. Downey with that puck. The puck leaks over to the boards. Downey and Billadu fighting to get to that puck. Billadu gets it towards the middle. The Saints do come away with it. Lugar there putting some pressure. Poke checks it to Billadu. Billadu back to Lugar. Lugar with an open shot. Billadu there. Oh, just up over the net. Good attempt there. So the Saints have this along the boards. Hit by Lugar. The Saints pick it up behind the net. Send it out into the neutral zone. Steer will pick this up. Sends it down just wide of the net. The Mustangs will go on a change. Eichfeld in pursuit. Moore along the boards trying to get to that puck. The puck leaks out. Eichfeld and Giesman trying to get to that puck. Eichfeld has the puck, centers it, but it gets picked off by the Saints. Moore along the boards, putting some pressure, but the puck leaks out into the neutral zone. The Saints have a little bit of speed through there. Nice poke check by Knob. Knob up towards Wenzel. Wenzel hits it up, and it's on net, so the goalie will have to play it. Downey comes in there, poke checks it, but the Saints do get it up. Wenzel with the puck. Wenzel with a shot saved by the goalie. The puck is still bouncing back behind the net. The Saints send it along the far boards. Cross-ice pass by the Saints. Downey is in pursuit of this puck. Centering pass. Thankfully, they couldn't connect. Wenzel hits the puck over to the near boards. Moore hits it along and into the zone. Touched by the Saints, so no icing. Saints hit that puck hard into the neutral zone. Downey breaks that up. Gets it into our offensive zone. Conrad picks up the puck. The puck leaks out over towards the bench. Brooks will collect, redirect towards the middle. Unfortunately, gets picked off by the Saints. The puck goes in. Knob will pick this up. Knob trying to get that puck out, but shot saved by Merrill. So 12-14 left in the second period. Mustangs are still ahead 1-0. We're going to have Eichfeld, Billadu, Baker, Brooks, and Williams on a face-off to the right of Merrill. So face-off goes back to the Saints. The Saints try to keep it in. Billadu comes away with it. Billadu up towards Baker. Baker has a little bit of room. Drop pass back to Billadu. The Saints try to get it out. Bounces off of Billadu. Billadu keeps it in. Billadu centering pass, but he gets broken up by the Saints out into the neutral zone. Brooks tips it over towards Eichfeld along the far boards. Eichfeld still fighting for that puck along the boards. Baker gets it in towards the circle. The Saints take it behind the net hard up along the boards. Billadu is there to keep it in. Baker trying to get to that puck, but it does leak out into neutral zone. Baker picks it back up though. Baker passes over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld at the circle. Eichfeld with a shot, bounces off of the Saints. The Saints hit the puck up off the board. Williams will collect, sends it up to Billadu. Billadu tips it in. The Saints will regroup. D-to-D pass. Cross ice pass broken up by Baker. Baker dumps it down, but unfortunately we're offsides. So 11-17 left in the second period. We're going to have Wilson, Steer, Downey, Zoldi, and Lugar. Downey with the face-off goes back to the Saints. D-to-D pass. Back to other D. Good job by Zoldi to break up that pass. Zoldi still putting pressure along the puck. The Saints send it up along the near wall. Bring it into the zone. Poke check by Wilson and Downey. The Saints have it up there. Shot saved by Merrill. So 10:56 left in the second period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Mustangs.
Let's go,
Downey will take
Saints.
this face off again. Puck is still sitting along the dot. Downey will go back to the corner. Downey and Wilson. Wilson hits it hard along the boards. Zoldi is there. Zoldi gets this puck out towards Downey in the middle. Goes over towards Lugar. Lugar trying to get it centered. Lugar gets it behind the net. Zoldi over along the far board. Zoldi hits it behind the net. Downey will pick up this puck in the corner. Downey gets it towards the back of the net. The Saints hit this along the far boards. Cross ice pass into the neutral zone. Good poke check by Wilson. Wilson gets it up. The Saints have it along the blue line. Pass it D-to-D. Pass it up into the neutral zone. Dumping pass wide of the net. Wilson picks this up, hits it hard along the boards. The Saints keep it in. Send it to the dot. Shot deflected wide of the net. Downey coming over to try to get to that puck. Lugar trying to get that puck out, but it bounces off of the Saints. The Saints with a shot. Nice save by Merrill. So 9:51 left in the second period. We'll face off to the left of Merrill. We're going to have Sheehan. Or sorry, no, that's Knob, Brooks, Wenzel, Moore, and Giesman. So Giesman with the face-off. Giesman tries to get it out, but it's deflected by the Saints. The Saints take it behind the net over to the far corner. Wenzel is there, hits it up, but the Saints keep it in. Saints with a shot wide of the net. Saints over along the boards. Goes behind the net. Knob hits it up towards Wenzel. Wenzel tries to get it out. The Saints are there to keep it in. Giesman fighting for that puck as well. Knob picks this up, gets it up, but the Saints keep it in. Shot behind the net. Brooks over to collect it in the corner. The puck redirects, centering pass. Wenzel picks this up. Wenzel gets it up, but the Saints keep it in and dump it down to the far wall. Knob hits it up. The Mustangs have to get this puck out of the zone. So the puck leaks behind the net. And I think that puck might have gone out of play. Yeah, it bounced out of play. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Merrill. We're going to have Eichfeld, Billadu, Baker, Williams, and Steer. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Steer sends it behind the net. Baker will go over along the boards. Saints come away with it. Builder poke checks it towards the boards. The Saints have it towards the middle. Lap shot saved by Merrill. Steer hits that puck up, but the Saints keep it in. Mustangs are there. Steer picks it up. Baker through the neutral zone. The Mustangs finally get out of the zone there. The Saints pick it up behind the net, send it over. Eichfeld there along the boards. Steer keeps that puck in. Steer gets it down towards the back wall. Steer looking to come around. Wraparound shot saved by the goalie. Eichfeld centering, unfortunately gets caught up in all the skates. Eichfeld with his puck again. Eichfeld centering, off the skates again. Baker trying to get the shot off. The Saints pick this up. The Saints bring it through the neutral zone. Williams there to try to break up that play. Steer will pick it up behind the net. Steer over towards Baker. Baker to Eichfeld. Eichfeld will pick this up in the corner. Gets it, towards Baker. Just bounced off the stick line. Sheehan comes in, sends it back down. Baker back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld tries to get it towards the middle, bounces off the skates. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. Baker has it along the boards. Baker to Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it behind the net. Sheehan over in assistance. Sheehan will pick up this puck. Sheehan back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld trying to get it centered, but the Saints are keeping him tied up against the board. Gets it to Sheehan. Sheehan tries to get it centered, deflected out to the wall. The Saints get this into the neutral zone. Brooks will pick this up. Brooks to Wilson. Wilson up along the boards, but that'll be icing. So 7:09 left in the second period. The Mustangs are still ahead 1-0. We'll have the face-off to the left of Merrill. We're going to have Knob, Steer, Conrad, Wideline, and Sheehan. So Wideline with the face-off goes back towards Steer. Steer up along the wall. Saints keep it in. Shot! Oh my gosh! So that shot was a floating shot and somehow just caught that top corner and in. So floating shot, top corner and in. So that'll put the Saints up on the board. So we're tied up 1-1, 7:02 in the second period. So we have Wideline, Sheehan, Conrad, Steer, and Knob. So the Saints send it back to their D. Conrad putting some pressure along the puck. Puck leaks up, goes back. Merrill will shed it for Steer. Steer hits that puck up, but the Saints keep it in. The Saints send it back down into the middle. Shot just deflected wide of the net. Conrad with that puck. The Saints break it up. Sheehan sends it over towards Conrad. Unfortunately, Conrad's tied up with the Saints. The Saints come away with it. Centering shot broken up by the Mustangs. The Mustangs bring it through, get it over towards Conrad. Conrad hits that puck up. The Saints will get it. Sheehan comes in to try to break up that play. The Saints pass it. Nice job by Knob to get it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan trying to get into the zone, but it gets poke checked out. We do get it in and dump it down. The Mustangs will go on a change. The Saints are coming as the Mustangs are changing. Downey comes in to try to break up that play. The Saints dump it down behind the net. Steer will pick this up. Steer hits it up along the boards. Downey has it in the neutral zone. Lugar hits it up to Downey again. Downey with a shot wide of the net. Brooks keeps that puck in. The Saints pick it up into the neutral zone. Williams back on D. Passing by the Saints. Shot saved by Merrill and covered. So 5:38 in the second period. Tied up 1-1. We'll face off to the left of Merrill. We're going to have Giesman, Moore, Wenzel, Williams, and I think that's Brooks behind that Saints player. So Giesman at the faceoff goes up to the point. The Saints try to get it centered. Moore taps that over to the far wall. Wenzel hits that puck out and into the neutral zone. The Saints will have to regroup. Moore is there to break up that pass. Moore dumps it down. Moore and Giesman in pursuit. The puck leaks over to the wall. Wenzel sends it towards the middle to Giesman. Giesman tries to get a shot up, but it's broken up by the Saints. The Saints bring it into the neutral zone. Williams putting pressure along that puck, gets it out to the corner. Williams sends it hard around the boards, but the Saints keep it in and dump it back down. The Saints have it behind the net, centering. They couldn't get the shot off the net, off of Merrill's pads, and we do get it cleared, and that'll be icing. So 4:51 left in the second period, still tied up 1-1. We're going to have Wilson, Steer, Downey, Lugar, and Zoldi out for the Mustangs. Downey with the face-off. The Saints have it at the blue line. Bounces off a down, or Lugar's face shot deflected. Glove down shot saved by Merrill. Steer picks up that puck, sends it up towards the blue line. Zoldi trying to get that puck out. Lugar gets it to Downey. We're going to have a delayed penalty, but we're going to be offsides. So the Saints will be going to the box for roughing. So we'll be on a power play for a minute 30. We have 4:31 left in the second period. Still tied 1-1. So we're going to have Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Downey, Lugar, and Steer on our power play line. The refs going over to the Saints bench to talk to their coach. So the refs are talking to both benches, explaining some things. I think they were talking about where the faceoff would be because it was a delayed penalty, but then it was offside, so we're going to have the faceoff outside the zone. So Eichfeld will take the faceoff. Lugar kicks it into the zone, but the Saints come up with it. The Saints bring it through the neutral zone. Steer putting pressure along that puck. Lugar with a hit to break up that play. Downey picks up the puck. Downey hits that puck hard up along the boards to Eichfeld, but that'll be offsides. Oh nope, they'll call it icing. Oh no, they are calling it offsides. So we have 4:12 left in the second period. So they're just trying to figure out where the face-off should be. So they are sitting more on the Saints side of the ice because we were supposed to be the home team, so we got set up over here, but then the teams changed spots on the benches. So Steer into the corner there. Steer picking up this puck, sends it over to Bilodeau in the neutral zone. Bilodeau putting pressure along that puck. Bilodeau still putting pressure along that puck, but the Saints do get it out. Downey will pick it up. Downey has to regroup for the Mustangs to get back on sides. Downey with some speed brings it into the neutral zone. Downey with a shot saved by the goalie. Lugar over along the boards. Steer keeps that puck in. Steer sends it over to Eichfeld along the far boards. Eichfeld gets hung up there. Bilodeau gets it down into that bottom corner. Lugar behind the net picks it up, tries to get it centered. Steer trying to get to that puck. The Saints have it along the near wall. Get it through the neutral zone. Dump it down. Bounces behind the net. Eichfeld will pick this up. We still have 16 seconds left on our power play. Eichfeld brings it through the neutral zone. Eichfeld with a shot saved by the goalie. Eichfeld with a backhanded shot off of his rebound saved by the goalie. Downey keeps it in. Downey with a shot bounces off the Saints. Moore comes over to get to this puck. Eichfeld behind the net. Eichfeld tries to do a wraparound save by the goalie. The puck behind the net. Eichfeld still trying to fight to get to this puck. The Saints do pick it up. Back to full strength for both teams. So Downey will go collect this puck along the wall. Downey will bring it behind the net, changes directions. Downey sends it up to Moore. Moore along the boards. Bilodeau gets this up momentarily before the Saints bring it back down. Downey will get to this puck, changes directions again. Downey hits it off of the boards into the neutral zone. Eichfeld, cross-ice pass to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with a shot, blocker save by the goalie. The Saints hit it behind the net. Giesman comes in to pick that up in the corner, sends it behind the net. Moore will pick this up, sends it back to Giesman. Giesman fighting for that puck along the boards. The Saints get it up. Downey is there, poke checks it towards the middle. Moore is in the middle, shot bounces off the Saints player. Moore gets it down towards the corner again. Moore centering, pass gets deflected by the Saints. The Saints hit it hard up and around. Downey is there, tries to keep it in, but it bounces out. The Saints have some speed, but Downey there trying to get to it. And we're going to get a tripping penalty. So Downey was working to get to that puck. Unfortunately, he'll get a tripping penalty. So he'll be going to the box for a minute 30. So we'll be on a penalty kill for a minute 30. There's a minute 38 left in the second period. It's still tied 1-1. We'll face off to the right of Merrill. We're going to have Wilson, Steer, Eichfeld, and Bilodeau on our penalty kill line. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Steer along the back wall. The Saints pick this up. Get it over towards the circle, up to the blue line. Good pressure by Bilodeau. The Saints bring it to the red line. Get it behind the net. Shot off of Merrill's face. The Saints have it behind the net. The Saints behind the net towards the middle. Shot blocked by, I think that was Wilson. The Saints have possession of it. Still get it up to the point. Shot wide of the net. Wilson putting pressure along that puck. The Saints come up with it. Eichfeld putting pressure along that puck along with Wilson. The puck leaks towards the point. Bilodeau breaks that up momentarily. Steer behind the net, trying to break up that play. Good poke check by Wilson to get out to the corner. 49 seconds left. Bilodeau breaks up that play momentarily, but the Saints keep it at the point. Dump it down to the circle. Have it at the red line. Pass it back up to the point. Oh, it leaks out, thankfully. So Bilodeau in pursuit. 35 seconds left in the period. Bilodeau with some pressure along that puck. The Saints do bring it through the neutral zone. The Saints bring it in. Try to do a slap touch. Saved by Merrill and covered. The clock's still running. So 22.4 seconds left in the second period. 14 seconds left on our penalty kill. 1-1 is still the score. We'll have a face-off to the left of Merrill. We're going to have Lugar, Baker, Brooks, and Williams out for the Mustangs. So the ref is going over to the box. I think that they're going to try to put time up on the clock maybe, because a couple seconds did run off.
29.
So I think they're just going to hold the clock. I think they were talking about 5 seconds maybe. So up to the point. Shot blocked by Baker into the middle. Baker gets that puck up towards the point, but the Saints keep it in. The Saints have it over there. Shot over the net. Leaks around to the point. The Saints keep it in. 11 seconds left. The Saints send it back up to the point. Shot deflected. Oh. Up 2-1, 6.9 seconds left in the second period. So a hard shot from the point deflected in. But Mustangs just have to keep up this energy. We've been doing good pressure. Got to keep coming back strong with 6 seconds left. So the Saints come up with this puck. Saints shot, saved by Merrill. Rebound, saved by Merrill. Another save by Merrill. And that'll be the end of the second period. So good sequence of saves there by Merrill at the end of the second period to keep that puck out. So at the end of the second period, it is 2-1 in favor of the Saints. So hopefully the end of the period will kind of calm down everything. We can reset and bring it back in the third period. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, this is the semifinal game in the CCM Motown tournament near Detroit. Our division had 20 teams in it. The top 8 went to the quarterfinals. We were in 7th place after the seeding, and we played against the second place team, the Dallas Penguins. We came out with a 3-2 overtime win against them to make it into the semifinals. And the Dallas Penguins were the number 8 team in the country for AA, so that was a big win for the Mustangs. Hopefully we can hang tough and bring it back in this third period. So Merrill's coming back to the net on our left. We have Eichfeld, Billadu, Baker, Wilson, and Knob. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Eichfeld comes away with it. Eichfeld brings it into the zone, tries to get a shot off, deflected. Baker, centering pass. Billadu's there, tries to get a shot off, saved by the goalie. The Saints will pick this up, hit it along the boards. The Saints cross-ice pass through the neutral zone, dump it down, goes behind the net. The Saints pass it around behind the net again, center it, but Knob picks this up. Knob gets it up towards Billadu. The Saints will pick it up and regroup, bring it in front of the net. The Saints do have a little bit of speed. Ooh, unfortunately, Baker's going to get a tripping penalty on that. It'll be a delay penalty shot. Steer breaks up that play. He'll touch it, and that'll be the penalty. So Baker will be going to the box for 1:30 for tripping. So we'll be on a penalty kill for 1:30. 14-18 left in the third period. We're going to have Moore, Giesman, Williams, and Steer after the penalty kill line. And the face off to the left of Merrill. So Giesman with that puck. Williams, an assistant, still fighting along the board. The Saints pick this up, send it down towards the circle. The Saints pass it to the point, down towards the bottom of the circle, up to the point again. Poke checks by Moore. Centering, pass over to the opposite dot. Shot, saved by Merrill. The Saints have it along the boards. Shot, saved by Merrill. Deflected out. Top of the circle. Pressure, poke checks by Steer out behind the net. Giesman coming in. The Saints pick it up behind the net, change directions, send it up to the top. Shot, saved by Merrill. Bounces up behind the net. From the point down to the red line. Broken up by, I can't tell who that was, sorry. The Saints do bring that in. The Saints bring it around. Williams shot, wide of the net. Up to the point again. Shot, glove saved by Merrill. So 24 seconds left on our penalty kill. 13-11 left in the third period. We're going to have face-off to Merrill's right. We're going to have Downey. I think that's Wilson, Brooks, and wide line. So the Saints have it over at the point, send it up towards the middle. Shot, deflected wide of the net. Wide line breaks that up, but the Saints keep it in. Wide line the Saints bring in, saved by Merrill. Downey picks up this puck, gets it out into the neutral zone. Downey putting some pressure along this puck. Downey fighting hard, centers it, but it bounces off of the Saints. Downey still sticking with this puck. Downey drops it down behind the net. We're back to full strength. Sheehan comes in there, gets it over towards wide line. Wide line tries to get it back, but the Saints pick it up. The Saints have a little bit of speed. Cross ice pass through the neutral zone. Shot deflected wide of the net. Sheehan trying to get to that puck. The Saints keep it in. I think that's Conrad trying to break up that play. The Saints do get it out into the neutral zone. Have to regroup. Cross ice pass. They dump it down behind the net. Brooks will pick this up, hit it up along the boards, but the Saints keep it in. The Saints centering pass broken up by Knob. Conrad will pick up this puck through the neutral zone. Conrad brings it into the offensive zone, tries to get it around that player, and gets it to the corner. Gets hung up along the boards, gets it over towards Downey, but it gets deflected behind the net. Eichfeld comes in along the boards to break up that play. Eichfeld gets it to Downey. Downey with a shot, deflected by the goalie. Knob sends it back down after he keeps it in. Downey in pursuit of this puck behind the net. Bilodeau will go over along the boards, but it gets redirected by the Saints. Oh, Downey gets it towards Bilodeau, but it's broken up by the Saints. Eichfeld along there. Steer does a great job keeping that puck in. The Saints do get it out into the neutral zone. Cross ice pass. Steer back on D. Good poke check by Steer. Gets it to Bilodeau. Bilodeau up along the boards, but the Saints keep it in. Bilodeau trying to get that puck out. Bilodeau still sticking with that puck. The Saints come up with it. They wrap around. Shot saved by Merrill. Over to the boards. Eichfeld picks up this puck. Eichfeld bringing it in. Shot over towards Downey a little bit too hard. Downey picks up this puck. Downey centers it to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with a shot. Oh, great pass and good shot. Good save by the goalie. So 10:46 left in the third period. The score is still 2-1 in favor of the Saints. We'll have a face-off to the right of the goalie. Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Williams, Baker, and Brooks. So Eichfeld with the face-off goes towards the middle. The Saints poke check it out to the wall and then hit it around behind the net. Bilodeau over in the corner to try to break up that play. The Saints cross ice pass into the neutral zone. Williams will go over along the far boards, picks this up, hits it towards Baker. Baker up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld around that player, unfortunately gets poke checked. Williams picks up the puck, waits for us to get back on sides. The Saints have this. Williams keeps it in at the point. Williams brings it to the middle. Williams with a shot over the net. The Saints hit this up along the boards. Brooks keeps it in, passes it down towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld comes up with this puck. Eichfeld in the middle, shot. Bilodeau tries to get the rebound in. Still loose. Baker comes in there, tries to get a shot off. The Saints do come up with it. The Saints poke check it in. Foot pursuit with Brooks. And the Saints, good job by Brooks with that back checking along with Williams. Baker gets it up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau there. Eichfeld stretches to stay on sides. Baker tries to get that puck. He goes down. The Saints come up. We have Knob and Wilson back on D. The Saints bring it in. Wilson with some pressure. Save by Merrill. That was an awesome save by Merrill. Point blank shot there. So we got this puck in the middle there. Knob gets it up towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau gets it up and out into the neutral zone. No icing as it was touched. The goalie will play it. Leave it for the Saints. Cross ice passes. The Mustangs were in a change. Comes over. Merrill will leave it over into the corner. Knob sends it around the boards over to Steer. Sheehan sends it up and out into the neutral zone. Giesman putting some pressure along that puck along with Moore. Knob will pick this up, gets it to Giesman. Giesman into the offensive zone. Shot saved by the goalie. So good sequence there. Some good offensive plays, good defensive plays, some good saves. 9:03 left in the third period. Score is still 2-1 in favor of the Saints. We'll have a face-off to the left of the goalie. We have Giesman, Sheehan, Zoldi, Steer, and Williams. So the puck leaks behind. Moore will go over along the corner. Gets that puck back around. Oh, sorry, that was Moore, not Zoldi. Giesman picks that puck up, hits it down behind the net. Moore over along the boards, bounces. Giesman will pick this up, centers it to Sheehan. Sheehan tries to get a shot off, but he gets gobbled up by the Saints. Giesman trying to put some pressure. Moore poke checks it. The Saints have it towards the middle. Moore picks this up, sends it out. Oh, shot! Oh, good blocker save. Shot to the middle, saved by Merrill again. There's another point blank save by Merrill. Williams picks this up, hits it up off the glass, goes down. Good pass by the Saints. The Saints hit this puck up and dump it down. No icing. Brooks will have to pick this up. Brooks changes directions. Brooks hits this up towards Lugar, but it'll be icing. So we have 8 minutes left in the third period. Some good saves there by Merrill with some point-blank shots. So we're going to have face-off to the right of Merrill. We have Lugar, Zoldi, Downey, I think Wilson, and Brooks. So the Saints send it down towards the red line. Downey in pursuit to try to break up this play. The Saints have it behind the net. Good job by Brooks to break up that play momentarily. The Saints bring him around. Nice job by Lugar to get that out into the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass. Good job by Zoldi to poke check that in. Zoldi has that puck. Zoldi over to Lugar. Oh, just a little bit off. Lugar gets it back towards the behind the net. The Saints send this up. Brooks, tries to keep it in, but it bounces out. Wilson with this puck over to Brooks. Brooks dumps it down. Downey coming in hard to try to break out the play. Downey comes away with the puck. Downey regrouping. Drops it for Knob. Knob with a shot, saved by the goalie. Lugar behind the net. Lugar tries to get it centered, but it's broken up by the Saints. The Saints dump that puck out. It's bouncing, goes over Steer's stick. Steer will take it behind the net, dumps it around. Zoldi will go over to try to get to this puck. Knob gets it up, and Downey gets it out into the neutral zone. Downey over to Lugar. Lugar back towards Downey. Unfortunately, just a little bit off. The Saints get it into the neutral zone. Good job by Lugar. The pack checking. Oh, Merrill with the save. That was a high flying. Another floater saved by Merrill. Baker and Downey. The goalie will play this, hits it around the boards. Downey keeps it in, tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Saints. The Saints with a cross-ice pass. Knob in pursuit of this puck. Shot saved by Merrill. Bouncing puck over. Eichfeld will pick this up. Eichfeld and Baker fighting for this puck. The puck leaks down behind the net. Knob will go over to try to get to this puck. The Saints send it around the boards. Bildu gets this up. Unfortunately, gets stuck on the ice along the wall. The Saints come away with it. Bildu still putting some pressure. Centering pass. Thankfully, they couldn't connect. Steer over towards the wall. Gets it up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld out of the zone. Cross-ice pass by the Saints. Bildu. Oh, good job by Bildu to break up that play. Bildu trying to stick with it. The Saints do come up with it. Baker breaks up that play. Eichfeld sends it up towards Bildu. Bildu around that player. Bildu tries to get over again, but it goes off of the skates of the Saints. The Saints hit it down hard. Brooks will go to collect this puck. Brooks behind the net. Drop passes it for Williams. Williams sends it hard up around the boards. It does leak out. Giesman is there trying to get to the puck before he goes down. The Saints pick this up, bring it in. Cross-ice pass. Brooks over along the boards to break up that play. The Saints have it behind the net. Moore there to break up the play. Good job by Brooks to break up that play. The Saints have it behind the red line. The Saints looking to center. Good job by Williams come in to try to break that up. The Saints pass it up to the point. Moore trying to break up that play. Giesman there to try to break up that play. The Saints have it behind the net. Saints centering it. Saved by Merrill. Another save there. On the point. Blocked by Williams, and Merrill will reach out. Oh, unfortunately, it's still loose. Another save by Merrill behind the net. The Saints have it over along the boards. The Saints are there. We got to get it out of the zone. The Saints have it at the red line. The Saints turn. Ooh, thankfully they couldn't get that shot off. The Saints have it again. Centering pass saved by Merrill. That was an awesome save by Merrill there. Oh, so that was a fast sequence. Lots of saves there. So Williams will be going to the box. I didn't see what they said, but I think it was from when the scrum happened behind the net there, maybe a tripping or maybe a roughing. So we're going to go on the penalty kill for 1:30. We have 4:24 left in the third period. So Giesman with the face-off was back to the corner. Steer behind the net, sends it around towards Moore, but it bounces off of the net. So 4:18 left in the third period. 1:25 left in our penalty kill. It is still 2-1 in favor of the Saints. We have Giesman, Moore, Steer, and Lugar out for our penalty kill line. So Giesman trying to break up that play. Saints with a shot saved by Merrill out to the point. Moore trying to break up that play. The Saints with a shot off of Merrill's face mask behind the net. Giesman trying to break up that play. The Saints have it at the blue line. The Saints bring it in towards the dot, up to the point. Shot saved by Merrill and up into the netting. So we'll have another face-off to the left of Merrill. We'll have Knob, Brooks, Eichfeld, Bilodeau. So Eichfeld with the face-off goes over towards Brooks. Brooks fighting to get to that puck. Eichfeld comes away with it. Eichfeld to Bilodeau in the neutral zone. Bilodeau tries to get that up. It's blocked off for the Saints. Bilodeau still fighting for this puck. The Saints come up with it. Eichfeld poke checks it for a moment. Goes off of Knob's skates. Gets up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau and Eichfeld. Bilodeau over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with the shot and in! Yes! So Bilodeau over to Eichfeld and in. So that'll tie it up 2-2. Shorthanded goal by the Mustangs. That's our specialty. So we still have 41 seconds left on our penalty. Tied up 2-2, 3:35 left in the third period.
All right, Saints, get fired up. Let's go.
Let's keep up the pressure.
It's time to battle, Saints. Let's make it
So we have
happen.
Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Knob, and Brooks. The Saints come away with the face-off. The Saints have it at the bottom of the circle. Cross-ice pass, and that should be icing.
Come on, Saints, let's go.
So we still have 30 seconds left on our penalty kill. 3:24 left in the third period. Tied up 2-2. Definitely an exciting game. Both teams are playing really well. We have Giesman, Downey, Brooks, and Knob. So Giesman with the face-off goes over towards the corners, sends it around. The Saints pass it behind the net, up into the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass, bounces off the wall. Brooks breaks up that play momentarily. Giesman breaks up that play, gets it to Brooks. The Saints try to keep it in, but it bounces out into neutral zone. Downey putting some pressure along that puck. Good job by Downey to break up that play. The Saints send it over to the near wall. Change directions again, pass it over to the top of the circle. We're back to full strength. Shot wide of the net, bounces around. Oh, Brooks with a shot or out there. The Saints try to get it wrapped around, but we get it. We do clear it out into the neutral zone. The goalie leaves it for the Saints. Gets out into the neutral zone. Steer will pick up this puck. Steer up towards Downey. It gets picked off by the Saints. The Saints bring it in. Saints try to get a shot off, deflected by Steer behind the net. I think that's Eichfeld that will pick up that puck, gets it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan's skating hard to get to that puck. The puck does leak into the neutral zone. Steer trying to break up that puck. The Saints will come away with it. Downey with some pressure, centering pass broken up by Eichfeld. Eichfeld into the neutral zone. Eichfeld with a shot goes off of the skates of the Saints. 2 minutes left. The Saints have it behind the net, send it up. Saints cross-ice pass into the neutral zone. Wilson with a poke check. Steer will go back behind the net. The Saints pick it up, centering pass. Thankfully, it was broken up. Eichfeld goes down. The Saints will pick this up, send it through the neutral zone. Steer will pick it up, gets it around that player. Steer will bring it into our offensive zone. Steer with a shot, saved by the goalie. So 1:30 left in the third period. We're tied 2-2. My watch is sending me lots of alerts that high heart rate is going off. This is definitely an exciting game. Thanks for everybody watching. We have Brooks, Knob, Baker, Eichfeld, and Bilodeau on a face-off to the right of the goalie. Eichfeld with the face-off, comes away with the puck momentarily, still sitting around the skates. The Saints do pick it up. The Saints bring it through the neutral zone. They have some speed. Poke check by Knob out to the corner. Knob trying to get that. He poke checks it behind the net. The Saints change directions behind Knob still trying to get to that puck, changes directions over towards Baker. Baker along the far boards. Baker dumps that. Ooh, unfortunately, it bounces off of our bench. So a face-off to the left of Merrill. We have 1:08 left in the third period. Still tied up 2-2. Knob, Downey, Sheehan, Easman, and Brooks. Downey with the face-off goes over towards Brooks. Brooks to the corner. Brooks fighting for this puck. Downey will come away with it. We have 1 minute left. Downey through the neutral zone, dumps it down to the corner. He's been trying to get to this puck. Sheehan keeps that puck behind the net, changes directions. The Saints come up with it. Cross-ice pass by the Saints. Dump it down to the opposite corner. Brooks will pick this up, takes it behind the net. Brooks hard pass up around. It does leak out into the neutral zone. The Saints will have to regroup. The Saints dump it down. It'll be on just by the side of the net. Brooks will pick this up. We have 27 seconds left. Gets over towards Sheehan. Sheehan still fighting for that puck. Sheehan along the boards. The Saints are there. Eichfeld comes in. Poke checks it out into the neutral zone. 18 seconds left. Eichfeld fighting to get to this puck. Eichfeld still getting to that puck. 14 seconds left. The Saints will pick up this puck. Slow it down. The Saints are looking to pass. 7 seconds left. Steer will go back to pick up this puck. 4 seconds left. Steer brings it behind the net. 1 second left, and that'll be the end of the third period. So the end of the third period, we are tied up 2-2. Very exciting game. So for overtime, it'll be a 3-minute 3-on-3. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm wondering if everybody else's heart rates are as high as mine is. I do apologize if I feel like I've been screaming a little bit, but this is an exciting game to watch. Both teams are playing so well. So exciting for the Mustangs. They've been playing amazing all weekend. So again, this is the 14U AA Mustangs against the St. Clair Shores Saints from St. Clair Shores, Michigan. This is the semifinal game. So the winner goes on to the championship game. So the goalies will switch ends.
All right, Saints, let's go!
Oh no, I guess the goalies won't switch ends. Yesterday the goalies did switch ends, but today they're gonna stay. So 3 minutes, 3-on-3, sudden death. Oh, nope, they are switching ends now. So lots of energy in this rink right now. We're gonna have Eichfeld, Downey, Billadu for our overtime line. 3 minutes up on the clock. Eichfeld poke checks that into our offensive zone. Eichfeld in pursuit of this puck. Changes directions. The Saints have this puck. Eichfeld trying to get to this puck. The Saints bring it into the neutral zone. Tip it there. Downey back on D. Good job by Downey. Breaks up that play. Downey comes away with the puck. Downey tries to get it up, but it's picked off by the Saints. Saints bring it around. The Saints there. Save by Merrill. So amazing save by Merrill there. So 2:33 left in overtime. So Eichfeld will take this face off to the left of Merrill. Goes back to Downey. Downey along the boards. Downey has some speed through the neutral zone. Downey coming in. Downey centers it. Shot saved by the goalie. So 2:24 left in overtime. Sorry, my hand's shaking a little bit. So we're going to keep Eichfeld, Downey, Billadu out there. Face out to the left of the goalie. Oh, we're going to take a timeout. So each team gets a 1 minute timeout in the semifinal games. Gotta love seeing the goalie love as they switch sides there. So we have 2:24 left in the 3-minute 3-on-3 overtime. We're tied at 2-2, semifinal game. So coach is drawing up plays, talking to everybody. Coach Bert's back there hyping everybody up. Okay, timeout's over. So face off to the left of the goalie, Eichfeld, Downey, Billadou. Eichfeld with the face off goes to the corner. The Saints pick this up, hit it hard around the boards. Billadou tries to keep it in. Billadou still fighting for this puck. It leaks out. Downey will go back to collect. Downey fighting for the puck. Dumps it down after he gains the red line. The Saints will pick it up. Billadou trying to get to that puck. Saints get it around. The Saints passing it. Ooh, broken up by Eichfeld. Eichfeld gets it to Downey. Downey up to Billadou. Billadou has one man to beat. Billadou with a shot wide of the net. Eichfeld will go over along the boards, breaks up that play, gets it to Downey. Downey brings it in, shot, bounces off of the Saints. Downey sticking with that puck. The Saints come away with it. The Saints cross-ice pass. The Saints have some room. The Saints coming around. Shot, saved by Merrill. Downey over along the boards there. Saints bring it in towards the middle. The Saints at the middle, gets it back up to the point. They keep it in. Shot, saved by Merrill, out to the corner. The Saints dump it back down towards the corner. Eichfeld fighting for that puck. 1:20 left in the overtime. The Saints bring it behind the net. The Saints are regrouping, take it behind the net again. Redirect behind the net. Out to the center. The pass from behind the net to the open man. Shot and in. So unfortunately, the Mustangs come up short in that overtime. But great job by the Mustangs. Such a hard-fought game. Awesome job by the Mustangs all weekend long. So unfortunately, a 3-2 overtime loss by the Mustangs, but well-fought game. Really great play against some tough competition here. Good game by both teams. Thank you very much for everybody for watching. We do appreciate it. And hope everybody enjoys the rest of the afternoon.